welcome to Visual Recreation, the essential video guide to winning FML each and every week. I'm your local movie buff, Drew.
And I'm Joey, the strategy guy, and this week we're talking about 4 new movies entering the box office. Yes, last week there was 2. The week before that was 3, but this week there's 4.
That's a lot of numbers.
It is, and we're going to be talking about Men in Black International, Shaft, Late Night, and The Dead Don't Die.
If they don't die, then what do they do?
I don't know, but the first movie we're going to talk about is Men in Black International.
Here comes the Men in Black.
Yes, here they come. Men in Black are back at it again, but this time there's a mole in the organization, and it's up to Thor and Valkyrie to save the day.
That's right. Now, this movie stars Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson, Kumail Nanjiani, and Liam Neeson. This movie was also directed by F. Gary Gray, who has given us such great films like Straight Outta Compton and Fate of the Furious.
That is right. Now, this movie is going to be premiering in 3,800 plus theaters with a long-range forecast at 39 million. However, that's a 5% decline from last week.
Oof.
Thoughts?
For me, I think this one is continuously going down, and I feel as though nobody was really anticipating this movie, so I think it's going to continue to trend downward, and I could see mid-30s, maybe even 34 million by the end of this week.
Yeah, the original Men in Black, that was great. Then they decided to make it a trilogy, and now they're revamping it for this generation with Men in Black International. Like you said, I don't think people are really hyped for this or super excited. Maybe there's a few, but I'm putting the ceiling of this movie at $30 million.
Ooh, now that's a hot take, but you know what is cool? And who is the coolest? It is Shaft. He is the coolest private eye in New York, and he is back, and he has brought backup. More specifically, his backup is his family.
That's right. Now, this film stars Samuel L. Jackson, Jesse T. Usher, and Regina Hall. Now, this movie was directed by Tim Story, who directed movies like Ride Along 1 and 2, Think Like a Man, and Barbershop.
That's right. Now, this movie is premiering in 2,900 plus theaters, and its long-range forecast is 23 million, which is a 4% decrease from last week. Joey, what are your thoughts on it? Do you think it stays in the mid to low 20s, or do you think maybe possibly better, lower?
I don't think it's going to be too much better. I mean, these bigger movies coming out seem to be declining before they even make it to the box office. Shaft, another remake. I don't think people are ready for these remakes or really wanted these remakes. So I'm going to put this one, I mean, the highest it can get, probably $20 million. Maybe in the high teens. I don't know.
Wow, I think this movie could get shafted, and we could see maybe even $18 million.
Okay.
But I think the ceiling is 21. That's just my opinion early on.
Yeah. That's right. Now, the next movie is Late Night. Now, this is a movie about a legendary late night talk show host who gets into these wacky adventures with her staff, her writers. They use comedy to help bridge the gap between their differences.
Yeah.
So.
Airplane food, am I right?
Airplane food.
I'm trying to do a monologue.
Oh.
So this movie stars Emma Thompson and Mindy Kaling, and this movie was actually written by Mindy Kaling. Now, this movie had a limited release last weekend, and now it's getting a wide expansion this weekend. Even though it has an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, be wary, this is an Amazon Studios movie, and they don't necessarily get the best box office returns once they go wide, if they go wide. So this one's getting wide. There's not a lot of competition, I think, for just straight comedies in this one. I think Men in Black could be a comedy, but that's also an action movie. Shaft is also an action movie, so they're going to be taken from their own demographics.
Right.
I think this one has a shot at getting some money, but I don't know. I think people are going to see that Amazon Studios thing and go, that's going to come out to Prime soon. So I'm just going to wait till then.
Yeah, I mean, but on the flip side of that, Amazon has put out some pretty good films during award season, like World War Z. No, not World War Z.
Lost City Z.
Lost City of Z. That's what I'm trying to say. Manchester by the Sea. So, who knows? This one could be one of those low-end fillers to look out for in fantasy movie. But the next movie we're talking about is The Dead Don't Die.
Ooh.
Yes, this is a zombie movie with a great cast and I don't know, form of Dead Don't Die. What?
I mean,
What's there to say? Zombie movie with a ton of actors.
I mean, if you look up the synopsis on Rotten Tomatoes, all it says is, this is the greatest cast on a zombie movie, and then it just lists all the actors who are in it, which is pretty much everybody at this point. It's like Bill Murray, Adam Driver, Selena Gomez, RZA, whoever that is, and a ton of other people. Like, they're all on the posters. I don't know what else to say about this movie, except that it currently has a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes on the critic side after 68 reviews. On the audience score, though, it has a 75%, which is great. After 8 reviews, though.
Wow.
So, I mean, they could be biased. That could be like 8 of the cast members.
Yeah.
And then one of them said no.
Could be. But yeah, with nothing really going on with this movie and it being limited, I don't know, it just feels like one of the like cheesy, stupid comedy, funny movies.
Wow.
Not stupid comedy in a bad way, but like stupid,
Just keep saying the word stupid, Joey. Now, as we were talking about the theater count, Joey did say it was limited. It's projected to be in 550 theaters. It could expand a little bit more into that as we see a lot of the other lower fillers in the theaters kind of dissipating, and this one's coming in new. With a great cast, it's a comedy. It's kind of niche. I mean, it's a zombie movie, so it's not... I mean, how many times can we do a zombie movie? It's like, oh my gosh. But it still has Bill Murray in it. He's a great pool. Everybody loves Adam Driver. He's Star Wars. So, I don't know. I think this one could do pretty well, even though this one doesn't have a long-range forecast at the moment. I think this one could do seemingly well. And just like you said about Late Night, I think this one could be a low-end filler that people could watch out for. You never know. I mean, horror movies, even though this is a horror comedy movie, horror movies do pretty well. In the theater.
And try to redeem myself a little bit here, but it looks like the 2 larger movies here coming out are declining, while these 2 lower movies, as far as theater count wise and everything going on, are increasing in popularity and people wanting to check them out. So could they do well? Does that mean that they could make it in your FML Cineplex this week? Possibly. Like I said, it could be a good low-end filler to check out, get a good anchor, throw these movies in there, see what happens.
Or maybe the audience just finds them stupid and won't go see them. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for... I don't know what to say.
But thank you so much for checking out this video. Be sure to click that subscribe button right down there. And if you like anything that we do, you can click and watch other videos here. But remember, sometimes you gotta risk it to get that biscuit.